Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Dolphin. A Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LewDolphin21 on Twitter, and on Twitch and YouTube it's just LewDolphin, no digits. Sentinels the Multiverse, One Deck Dungeon, and Bottom of the Ninth are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. And Aeon's End is available on Steam Early Access, and also on digital analog, cardboard, ink, and dice. No, analog, cardboard, ink, and it's available physically. And you can get the games and more info at handelabra.com. Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive. No, I have a bit of a cough. I'm gonna try not to get too excited today because it irritates my throat when I laugh, so I'm gonna just grin and bear it for the stream, but try not to get too animated today. It's been several weeks since we last played One Deck Dungeon. 2 weeks ago we started the Summer of Challenges, which is a more thematic approach, I guess. We'll talk about that when we get to the Sentinels portion of the stream. Last week we did Oblivion and we won because Mr. Fixer is ridiculous. But today I just want to play, well, I'll start with One Deck Dungeon. We'll just do the usual routine. Start with One Deck Dungeon and then go into Sentinels of the Multiverse. And it's been a while since we've done things on here. I think the very last thing we did was Gauntlet mode, and we managed to not just get the Forest of Shadows Gauntlet completion, but we also did it in only 5 runs, and we did it on veteran difficulty. There might have been another one for doing it on fearless, or actually no, the try again on the harder difficulty is what that says. There might be one, I don't remember. I don't have my achievement list on me, and really today I'm just going to play. I'm not going to worry about achievements today, unless I'm about to lose, in which case I'll try to get one of the ones that involve losing under special conditions, maybe. So yeah, it's been a while since I've actually focused on progression. How do I check progression? There we go. So right click, right. And each hero has their own progression, right? Unlike the Gauntlet mode where you had 1 or 2 progression sheets and you could swap them around, each hero here has their own progression. And we loved the aggression focus in the Gauntlet, but none of our heroes outside of Caliana are actually set up for that. Caliana has the knowledge one there, but we did actually get a lot of, actually no, that's dungeon, that's not even aggression. Actually, she does have all of it, aggression, that's right. She has all of that, and we liked these things. Blind luck we tended to put into a skill. Fearlessness gives us an extra heroic die, which is ridiculous. Endless assault we didn't really use too much. Bull Rush had its uses, definitely helped out. So I'm thinking we might just utilize Caliana since she has the aggression focus, and we'll set her on aggression because that's not ridiculous. And we'll accompany her with someone else, or do we just want to do Caliana solo? I mean, my end goal is to fill out all the progression sheets for all the heroes. And when you do that, you also have the option of resetting it, which gives you something. I don't think it actually gives you anything. I think it's just a it's a mark that you prestiged or something. Like when you play Cookie Clicker and you reset, or when you play Clicker Heroes and you ascend, you can prestige, which does nothing yet. But that's something. Maybe we'll just do Caliana solo. Caliana is a ridiculous hero. She has a lot of magic, obviously, in her stats. Her base, or her heroic feat, or actually no, that's not heroic feat. Whimsicality is her heroic feat. It is you, the great Licky. Oh wait, no, you're not. Oh, you are Licky. You're Licky00. I don't know what you're saying, but hey, Licky. Whimsicality is pretty cool. The first 3 times a heart would be placed on Caliana each turn or boss round. Spend time instead. If Caliana would take damage, the game ends. So that's why she starts with no hearts. You can give her hearts, but it serves no purpose. The first 3 times you would place a heart on her, you spend time instead. In a boss fight, that means you exile a die. So if you would place the third heart on her, the game's over. Even if you have hearts through items, the game's over because she took damage. You're not great. You are great. Be confident in yourself. Fairy Fire, spend X mana and gain an X strength and an X agility. I believe this used to say or, but it got fixed, I guess. Slash retcon, slash, I don't know what the word is, patched. But now this means that her lack of strength and agility doesn't really matter as much. You could put whatever number of mana in here and you can get a, you know, if you put 6 mana here, you gain a 6 strength and a 6 agility. Fixed number skills, and that's great. Pulling out the ace. Caliana is the ace. We're gonna go and play Caliana. I don't know where we want to go today. We're not really trying to do anything in particular. Licky, you choose an environment or a dungeon. How about that? Viewer's choice. Remember those days? Oh, man. So if you have a particular dungeon you want me to play in, Licky, I'll play in that one. I anticipate Cinder Blades. Remember those days until something happened. It's not that anything happened, it's just it used to be like I had a routine for the Sentinel stream where the first game was my choice, the second game was viewer's choice. But since I started doing one deck dungeon, that kind of faded out. It's not that there was a particular incident. And recently, it doesn't feel like my chat is as active as it used to be, so it's, I don't know. When I say viewer's choice, no one partakes because there's hardly anyone here these days. But that's fine, you know, I'll still play these games, and whoever wants to come around, like the great Licky, is excellent. Alright. If Licky's not going to choose a dungeon, then I will, but I'll give him another, I don't know, 30 seconds. Mr. Bullman. Minotaur's maze? I like mazes. Even though it's not really a physical maze, but hey, the first floor and persistent throughout the dungeon, the explore limit is 3 doors. So fewer options. If you find a bad door and you flee, you don't have as many options or backups. Crumbling walls, when you explore, spend an extra time starting on floor 2. So with the lower explore limit, that means more time will be spent. And furthermore, if you open a door, decide you don't want to do it, open the other 2 doors, do those, decide you don't want to do the 3rd door still, and you explore, there's only 2 doors, and you spend an extra time, so it's kind of nuts. Poison Dart Traps has no extra effect other than there is a 6 on traps, which is pretty bad, and 12 agility on combats. Hey, Teamwork Kid. So, yeah, and this is... we're choosing a dungeon with a bunch of agility and strength. So, Caliana, please help us. Alright, and then the Minotaur. Lots of strength on this side. 10 HP. X equals 4 times the number of damage on the Minotaur, minimum 12. So you have to be very careful with, you know, doing damage to the Minotaur. And I think in one particular fight, I decided I would rather take a heart of damage, even though, like, so I could have covered all of these 5s, but I couldn't cover, like, the big X or something. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I wasn't going to end that round, but if I, or actually, no, I did, never mind. I think what happened, I think I remember it now. We had done, like, 4 damage the first round. In the second round, I could have covered the entire board, but I thought I don't want to do that because then he'll have 9 damage, and this square turns into a 36. Which is very difficult, and so I opted to just take some damage instead, and we ended up winning. So I would like to think that was a strategic choice. Alright, so potions, obviously we don't need healing. Is this actually a base dungeon? I guess it is, because it's starting with, oh yeah, we could also see that there. So it's either standard or hybrid. So yeah, we don't need healing, so which potion do we want? Let's try not to use aid this time because I use it all the time. Antidote is only useful if we're going to play in a hybrid deck, which is, I mean, we could do it. Choose a value and re-roll all your dice of that value. It's a re-roll thing, which I'm wary of. and discard the encounter card, ignore all consequences. I think I'll do this, because with the explore limit, rewind could potentially help us from having to deal with a nasty card. So we'll do that. Let's go fearless, because we don't need no sneaking potions. Yeah, we're not using the healing focus, because the healing focus actually gives us an extra potion. So we're actually literally starting with 0 potions now, since we're not using that. And I want to do a hybrid deck. Sure. Let's explore all of it. All right, so Caliana. Aggression Caliana. Oh yeah, and by the way, basic skill. Force Bolt is another fairy fire, except it's an ore. Obviously, we probably want to do a mana one or otherwise. Do you have shields on you? No, you don't. So Piercing Blast, only useful in general situations. Actually, I mean, we could use it to lower those 3s by 1, but let's see. And then increase one of your dice by 1, or if choosing a peril option will cost more than 1 time, reduce it to 1 time. Let's do that one. Potions, they taste like snot. If your potion tastes like snot, you might want to find a better alchemist. What if I am the alchemist? It reminds me of when Karen, if you don't know who Karen is, it's the stereotypical person who complains in a store. When a Karen is like, I need to speak with the manager, and the person's like, I am the manager. I am the alchemist. All right. So let's see what happens here. No potions, so I can't rewind it just yet. Okay, we have the Panther. And if we charm it, then we get Charmed Panther, which gives us a free Strength 4 or Agility 4. The item would give us Agility, but it requires Agility. So let's charm it, I think. We have 5 dice. Can we do it? We do have to cover this 5, though, which we can't do. And actually, that's game over. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, 3 times. Okay. I thought that was game over. No, it's not. It's 3 times. I think I'm so used to playing Caliana 2-player mode where it's 2 times. The 3rd time is game over. Okay, all right. Not so bad. We spent 3 time, but that's fine. The Wraith. We don't have items, so there's nothing to convert. Oh, yeah, sure. We have Fearlessness, so what could go wrong? We got us a mana 6. Bull Rush. Blind Luck would actually give us an agility for that side. We also have Charmed Panther. And Fairy Fire. So let's see. So we don't have enough for the strength armor. So I'm gonna have to use Fairy Fire to do that. I could use Endless Assault. I mean, this 2's not doing anything right now. This 3 can currently go into this 3. This 5 at least has a use. These 2 could be Fairy Fired, which would then give us the 5 armor and that. So we really just need a 5 strength. So we don't really have... Like, Blind Luck gives me a 2 here, so let me just... I don't know if this is wise, but I'll put that there. Let's just put this in for now. Oh, the other armor, which I don't have yet. Well, if I do this, because there's no reason to get a 6 here, then I can start covering squares. And certainly this is a little bit of a waste. Actually, yeah, so I could get the heroic and then cover the 5, and I don't need to reroll. I'm always wary of rerolls. Yeah, it's a Wraith. It's not the Wraith, it's a Wraith. Alright, so spend 3 agility to roll 2, or sorry, spend 3 mana to roll 2 agilities, or get a strength item. Or experience, which actually puts us halfway to level 2. I'm actually going to do that, because I'm not really happy with either of those. The giant spider. Spend time for each poison in the party. We have 1. Lots of strengths here. Obviously, yet again, another 5 strength. Blind Luck covers a 2. Charmed Panther covers a 4. Have to get a 6 mana, hopefully. We should be able to do it. Caliana mostly doesn't really fear encounters too much. Unless you go into the first fight, you're like, oh, I'm dead. Oh yeah, Bull Rush did nothing. Alright, so that was a pretty bad roll, I have to admit. Yeah, I'm not really happy with my strength numbers when I need a lot of strength. Fairy Fire could give me a 5, but it's not going to give me a 3. So, do I want to re-roll the strength? Let's re-roll the strength and the heroic. If one of these is a 3, then that's good. Good enough. Gives me something for that. And then Fairy Fire. I don't need a 5 strength or agility, so that works. I have a 4 there. Blind Luck's not going to do anything. So that's really all I can do. This will spend 2 time from the base effects and 2 time from taking damage, so that's fine. Now, I lost the Caliana encounter, or Caliana game, like a month or 2 ago because I did not pay attention, and I forgot that I was taking damage as consequences in addition to time from the end of floor effect. So let's not have that happen this time. Let's actually pay attention to the damage that's happening. Hey, John and Girl, how are you doing? Bull Rush only does things when there's a big square or big rectangle. At the very least, there's a boss who has that, so that's fine. Alright, yeah, let's get the experience. That will give me the heroic, which is effectively better than these skills. Also cures my poison. Huzzah! By the way, since we're in a hybrid game, we can actually see which cards are from which decks. This is a Forest of Shadows card. These are 2 base game cards. You can look in your discard pile and figure out which cards are still here. But I'm not at the point, nor will I probably ever be at the point where I will have these decks memorized. I mean, if Handelabra implemented that I word. If Handelabra implemented a means of viewing the contents of the deck, like Sentinels, where it says not in the actual order, and it has to also include the face down cards, Santa guys style, then that would certainly change things a little bit, but that's fine. We don't need to know too much. Generally, I'm not fond of games that require meta knowledge. Like, I kind of like Slay the Spire, for instance, but at the same time, doing well in Slay the Spire generally requires you to know, like, how, like, the 3 bosses that are possible at the end of the first floor, 3 bosses possible at the end of the second floor, the different, what are they called? The different, elite encounters that are possible on floor 1. Like, it requires not just, like, skill, but also knowledge of how different fights work and all the possibilities. So I'm not really fond of it as much. Like, it's fun to play and it's a fun deck building game for sure, but I don't know. I've not really enjoyed the whole you have to know everything thing. Anyway, Rockworm. Before the encounter, place poison on a hero. Feint gives us an agility 6. We don't really need the heart prevention. I guess it could improve whimsicality. It does require 2 agility though, which is annoying. The item gives us a mana die. I guess that's cool. Experience is 4, which puts us halfway to level 3, but we don't really need to be at level 3 because we're nowhere close to maxed items or skills. The encounter requires lots of strength, which, I mean, we've had issues with strength. We can bull rush in this fight. But I'm kind of inclined to, but then again, this is Minotaur's Mace. I could rewind, but that seems silly. You were derping around last night and found a bug where you can revive incapped heroes. Oh boy. I don't know. There's not really much value in fleeing. There's also not much value here. I mean, experience is obviously great. But I mean, like, there's a lot of danger here. So I'm just gonna flee. They have HP, but are still treated as incapped. Alright, Plague Rat. Oh, it's Plague Rat. Oh, Jesus, Plague Rat. We have to fight something. Currently we'll die. We can probably cover it too, though. So, I guess since the consequences includes Whimsicality's effect, if you see a positive number of hearts down here, that's a bad sign. So I'm imagining that what's happening for you, Team Orchid, is similar to like huge skyscrapers effect, or even like Extreme Primordial Haka's effect. One of the incapabilities, rather, that says treat this card as an indestructible 0 HP target, because like whenever you select that, it does this little flash that makes it look like it gains HP, but then it kind of goes back to looking like it doesn't, but it does have HP. And it's not permanently 0. It's that, you know, if it takes damage now, it's in negative numbers. You just can't see what the number is, which is kind of, I think, a bug probably. But I am terrible at reporting bugs, so hashtag blame Lude. Screw it, we'll do it. We need to, like, this will give me an agility die. The problem is we don't have many agility or strength dice. We need to get more. We do have the heroics, which helps mitigate the needs, but alright, we have a strength 5. We have something to put in the strength square, but we do have fairy fire, so maybe we don't want to do that immediately. We stopped blaming John. Now I just said blame Lude because it's my fault, but I was spoofing off of the blame John. Let's see, so fairy fire, I can put large numbers of dice in there. There's a 6 here, but I don't know, there's no mana here, so it's not like it's doing anything. But neither are these 1s, 2s, 3s, or 4s. I mean, 6 and 4 turns into a heroic 4, so that there's something to be said there. And I can still get 6 into here, but do we really need a 6 though? Really, we just need a 3 for the strength square. We need to cover the shield for sure. This was caused by him swapping out incapped Setting Sun Ra with base Ra. That's probably what happened, was he replaced an incapped card with something. Probably that's what happened. Oh, I mean, I know we can do this. I'm just trying to be careful for no reason. Because, let's see. Fairy Fire funds this 3. Blind Luck funds one of these 2s. Have to cover the 7, but Fairy Fire would do that. Actually, Fairy Fire with a 3 would do that. And the other 2 comes from Charmed Panther. So, there we go. So persistence costs 2 strength, gives me a strength and heroic roll, which I don't really like. It is a peril card, and it does mean like basically re-roll your 2 worst strengths. But now let's get the agility die. It's basically Plague Rat, but in goblin form with more. All right, welcome back to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by yours truly, the Dolphin. I should be back. Licky said something, so I presume that my chat is working. I will refresh it. Oh, there we go. Janagro said something. We learned last week that when OBS disconnects, I don't know why it disconnects, probably because there's a brief internet hiccup that spazzes out everything. But I learned last week that my Twitch chat doesn't work after a disconnect. I hit the refresh button though, so we got it working, so there we go. So sorry guys. I think generally you should assume it's my fault, because I mean it's not my fault, but alright, so I mean other than the strength shield, we have a lot of these squares covered already. And we can get that covered very easily with Fairy Fire and Charmed Panther. There we go. Yeah, the goblin's fault. Alright, Shimmer Blast is pretty cheap and it gives you an extra heroic die. I mean, I say it's pretty cheap. It costs 3 mana, but if you have like a 1 and a 2 that's otherwise not useful, you could throw it in a Shimmer Blast and get a heroic die, that becomes a 1, which is bad. But I guess it's, if you have a 1 and a 2 and you put it in a Shimmer Blast and you get a heroic 1, it's effectively the same as, you know, turning those into heroic dies straight up. So maybe this is worth considering. I mean, it's a pretty light skill. There is a strength die here, but I mean, but I only have 5 mana, don't I? Let's get strength. I kind of want to have more base numbers. And are we good for the Rockworm? I'm going to say we're good for the Rockworm. Famous last words. Got a 5. Before we reflexively click on Endless Assault or Charmed Panther, let's just see where we're situated. We have something for the armor square. We do have enough for the mana if we sacrifice literally everything. Well, not literally everything. That's a bad use of the word literally. Fairy Fire is tragic though, but Endless Assault, we could re-roll these and maybe get something out of it. But really we're hoping to get some good strength, right? Is the end goal there? We could certainly just take the damage because it's Kaliana, whatever. I mean, if we have to cover some of these squares though. Like, if I cover the mana 11 and one of the agility 2s, then we're actually very good. As long as we don't spend too much time. We are getting close to the end of the floor. Let's see. We do have blind luck. So I guess that means that that goes there. We do have this 6 that could be... I guess if I use Fairy Fire to get a 6, I would have to sacrifice some of these. But actually that might work fine, because then I would have a 6 for here and a 6 for here. Yeah, that would work beautifully. There we go. See, we were not terrible. We got it. All right, we could faint now. We have enough agility for that. Yeah, let's do it. Blind Luck could go into faint. Blind Luck and Charmed Panther can go into faint and give me an agility 6. Sorry. My I got a cough, and it's a pretty bad cough. I feel like I'm coughing with my lungs. Is it not pronounced? Excuse me. Let me just mute myself here. Yeah, my cough is pretty bad. As I said, I'm trying not to aggravate my throat here. Alright. So, how is it pronounced? Is it faint? I was just like faint. Like, it's pronounced like the same as faint, I assumed. I could be wrong. I mean, if it is the same, then that's why you're hearing faint, because it's the same. Swiftness aura gives me an agility 3. How many skills? We have 3 skills. So we have Charm, Panther, and Faint. Yeah, and you could tell that those are the card skills because they're... I mean, you can sort of tell because they're brown. You can also right-click them and it will pull up the card. This, if you right-click, pulls up Caliana. Oh, it also tells you how many skills you have. Cool. I did not know that, but that's useful. You're not English? Fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna get Swiftness Aura just because it funds Faint, which gives me a free... Oh, I guess that means I have to do Strength. I'll disarm. I'll get the item. Haha! I forgot that this was a trap. And look at this. Yeah, we again can't cover the 5. We seem to have a terrible trap record here. I could rewind. What was it? We'll survive because 3 of them get prevented. Turns into 3 time. We'll spend 2 extra time here. This will put 1 heart on the door, but we should be fine. Hey, Seamus. We need to not be bad with rolls. Alright, so this is where Caliana is kind of funny because she can survive the end of a dungeon floor much more easily than other heroes. There is a weird back and forth where you put 3 hearts here, it turns into 1 heart on Caliana, turns into 1 time, which turns into 1 heart over here. As a result, it does mean that... So I've already taken 1 heart of damage here, and yeah. So remember, Lude, you did 1 heart of damage. Oh boy, if we can't get a 5 with 6 mana, well, with 5 mana and a heroic, I don't think we're gonna get a 5 with 2 strength and a heroic, or 2 agility and a heroic. I mean, we do have rewind, but I guess we'll flee. Shadow Stalker. Spending time for each 6th rolled is very dangerous at the end of a floor. Is this worth doing? Transmute, use another skill without paying for it, spend time. Faint likes that. Free, literally free agility 6. Agility die for experience. The problem is... I mean, alright, the chances are very low that I'm going to roll 10 6s or 11 6s. Actually, how many 6s can I roll before I die? For each 2 that I spend... For each 2 time I spend, that gives me a heart of damage, essentially. So, I can roll 4 6s and survive. That's not really too good. That could happen. Very unlikely, but it can happen. And we need 6s on this card. And furthermore, I would probably have to cover all of the heart squares because otherwise I would take damage. So I'm just going to play it safe. I don't like the chances here. Normally, I like exploring at the end of a floor, but these were bad cards, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not playing as well. I will blame the cough. All right. My general philosophy is that I want to try to level up once per floor, because then I'll be at level 4 by the time I reach the boss. Goblin, spend time for each closed door if it's the first card you see, although it's a little different. But when there's 2 closed doors, might as well flee and open up the other 2 doors and then come back, I think. You spend just as much time, but you have more potential for getting items and skills. Immediately discard all 1s and 3s rolled, and there's no mana on this card. That is pretty scary. Also, look at all those hearts. Jeez. Nope. We're not doing too well right now. Oh boy. Alright, I have to do something. I have to choose one of these 3 doors. And obviously the goblin, we can actually just go back and fight now. It will not spend 2 time. I'm not happy, but I will dismantle. Can we get a 5? Nope. All right. I can cover a 3. Yeah, but that has no consequence, so it doesn't do anything. All right. Bad pacing. Well, this will solve my 5 issue. Yeah, so Goblin, I guess. That's a nice roll. We do have Faint, but we don't really... And I guess the Agility at 6 would cover that. Let's see. Flame Weave. Charm of the Panther for a 4. Endless Fairy Fire for 6s. This is like super overkill, but that covers all the squares, right? All right. That can also help, although we are on our limit for skills. 2 experience is crap. Let's get the mana die. Actually, all right. So what is going on? Can I see my progression sheet? Because I think, I mean, so our limit is 3 items, 3 skills. How do I have 4 items? The answer is that we have the progression that says you can have 1 extra item or 1 extra skill. So I could have gotten a skill instead, but that's fine. Whoops, I did not necessarily want to do that. Let's hit undo. Because this is very dangerous when you discard all 1s and 3s. Eh, screw it. Risk it for a biscuit. And if I lose, I lose. Buy 3s, buy 1s. There's also no mana on this card. We talked about that last time. I like that we discard all 3s and then there's these 3s here, but that's because of the dungeon. I don't want to use Endless Assault because it runs the risk of discarding my card, discarding my dice. So what alternatives do we have? We can Faint. If I use Blind Luck, I mean, I guess the problem is that we would like to have some 2s here, but we could just do Heroics. We can get 6s if I insert, you know, stuff into Fairy Fire. Have to get those threes covered. I think what's going to happen is I have to get a heroic 5. And it's going to have to go there. Probably also going to have to put this 6 here. Oh man, that is awful. Is there anything else we could do? I could do a re-roll and maybe there's a 2/3 chance this die is discarded. No, 1/3 chance. There's a 2/3 chance this die is saved. This has to be a 4, 5, 6 to cover this, and then this 5 could move over here. I can also re-roll this 2, and maybe that could turn into a heroic. Although I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. We are surviving this, so it's okay. We're just trying to improve. And that does improve. A smidge. Not too much, but a smidge. Actually, no. No, it does. It helps me greatly. I just have to remove all the dice. Because now I have something that I could put elsewhere, right? 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Yep, there we go. All of them are covered now. All right, item limit, skill limit. Let's just take the experience. 4 experience is pretty good. Actually, what was the steady hands? Yeah, I don't really like steady hands. It's more useful the earlier you find it, for sure. Mana fountain. Free fairy fire. Definitely better than flame weave, I think. Yeah, we want that. Holy macaroni. Well, the 11's covered. Is there anything I can't do here? Oh, yeah, there's also that, which doesn't actually help me all that much. Flame weave, I guess. Because then I could put that in the fairy fire, which I don't need 6s otherwise. Man, that was like a ridiculous roll. My dashboard's chat froze, but it's not what's on stream. I was just sorry, distracted. All right. If I pick the lock, I will definitely survive. If I bash it open, will I also survive? 3 damage turns into 3 time and then 2 more time. Yeah, I would survive. The question is, do I want to? Well, I could level up, so that's valuable. My only peril skill is blind luck. Oh, you know, we replaced our skill that would have saved us in mana perils. All right, I'm gonna do it because this will level me up. If I spend the time, is that bad? Actually, let's just imagine that I think Bash It Open actually is the least bad, even though I'm definitely not going to cover everything with only the 3 dice, but I mean, like, I would not be able to do that with the agility anyway, right? So, because all of those hearts are basically time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's bash it open. Oh, of course I get a 5 now. Thank you. It at least lowers the consequences by 1. Alright, and experience, I guess. Sorry. Stay on the floor. Stabilize aura, grab the stone. Invulnerability. It's a potion, not an exciting potion. I mean, all right, on the other hand, like Caliana probably gets the most utility from this potion because preventing hearts means she can take more damage, right? And since there's like a bajillion hearts over here, we could survive the boss a little more easily. Just kidding, you can't use it on the boss. All right, well, that lowers that potential. If I stabilize aura and I fail, I will die, right? But I can rewind. The problem is when I stabilize aura, I'll spend 1 time, turns into 1 heart, turns into 1 time. So it'll be 1 heart here. So I've already taken 1 heart of damage. I can only take 2 more, so if I fail the 12, then I already lose. But I mean, like, we have 8 dice. Come on, game. If I can't get a 5 and a 3 with 8 dice. But I do have rewind now, so it's fine. Oh, there's a 5. Okay. Oh my god. I was so upset for like 2 seconds. The game was all like 1s and 2s, but then it accidentally gave me a 5. So nice try, game. Nice try. Let's see. No, we have 5 items. I could take this and not be using up the thing. Yeah, let's just take the item. More dice. Was exactly what I need. Well, no, with blind luck, I definitely had a little bit too much. All right. Now we have to start thinking about the boss because, like, we need lots of strength for the boss, and we're not really doing too well in the strength department, are we? Spiked log. Static burst can help. And we can afford it. The problem is that I will almost certainly take consequences here. Oh man. Oh man. I'm so tired of these perils. I'm just gonna flee. I am not happy with this card at all. Can we have a peril that involves mana, even though I just had one like a second ago? But all right, spend time for each one rolled. That is fine. And you roll 3 ones. 4 ones. Yes. Exactly what I needed. Let's use fearlessness so I can roll another one. Oh, nope, you tried. Alright, mana fountain, almost certainly going into fairy fire because that's my only mana skill. Bull rush does something. Blind lark. There's lots of places where we could use it this time. Faint, we do have things that can go there. I guess the mana or the heroic one's not going to do anything for me. So we do have 2s there. We have 2 there. We have 3 there. Charmed Panther gives me a 4 there. But I would like to have a different 3 I could put there. Something for the 5. Something for that. And then, yeah, we can get the heroic. All right. All right, Armor Crush, I don't think is going to have too much value at this point. I mean, it can cover an armor box, but only in combats. Cost us strength. So I'm just... Oh, we are on floor 3. So I do need experience at some point as well. But let's just max out on mana, eh? Oh, no, not this guy. It's Olga! Oh, brute force. Definitely worth it. Well, no, never mind. Not brute force. Cause what? That says discard any number of value 5s, gain that many 6s. Yeah, this was not the card I was thinking of. I thought there was a card that said choose a value, change up to 5 of your dice to that value up to 6. Isn't it nice to not have to exile dice every 2 seconds? Makes it so much easier to make decisions. Alright, I know this is gonna end horribly, but let's just see what happens. I will either rewind or miraculously pull this off. We have oh, right. Yeah, actually, let's not do that right away. Which is actually a little unfortunate, although I could... This might as well turn into a heroic 6, right? So might as well. There's no other use for mana here. Mana Fountain utilizes my only mana skill. You would think that I'm choosing my skills poorly. The fact of the matter is we haven't gotten too many mana skills. Bull Rush will help a lot in this fight, actually. Faint, but I already have good agilities, mostly, other than the fact that I need a bajillion of them. Oh boy. Well, these manas over here aren't really good for much. I can get a heroic 2. And this one's just crap. Blind Luck, at least, yeah. So Blind Luck actually will give me the 2 that goes there. And then I can fund all the others. I don't think I want to do that there, right? Actually, is there any reason... Is there any way I could do that better? 5, 4, 6, 2, 2. Not really. Unless I get a heroic 2? That still doesn't help me. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to, like, save some of these heroics, but that's not really working out. I can get a agility 4 back, but that does mean nothing. Other than maybe go towards faint for some reason. I can use Charmed Panther to give me a 4, but I might as well use Charmed Panther for a strength at this point. So where did that 2 come from? Was turning those... Okay, so let's just leave it at that. It's 2 heroic 4s rather than just 1 heroic 4. So I sacrificed the heroic 2. Where do I get the other heroic 4 from? From this? Oh yeah, I guess that. Okay. Fair enough. I only have 2 more heroics, by the way. Alright, so what can we do here? Obviously, I can cover the 5 if I wanted. I can cover the 8. And that will... I'll survive. That's good news. I'll survive. I will survive. That is a little better. Put the pink 3 on the 2. Put the pink 3 on the 2. I can take the pink 4 from the skill, which replaces the heroic A6 and 2 on the 11. Oh, I guess the A6 is a typo. I don't understand, though. I mixed up everything. It's too late. It's too late to apologize. I don't think there's going to be a way to do better than this. But let's take a second and think. Endless Assault would potentially screw this up, so I don't necessarily want to do that. Feint would take 2 agilities and or heroics and turn it into... Actually, Feint would also prevent a heart. Is there a way? Actually, yeah, there is a way, right? Well, not that. Do that. That's even better. Now, can I cover the 11 and the 8? Currently, no. And my strength dice plus the heroics total 18, which is 1 short, so even if these numbers were better distributed, it wouldn't work. Oh, well, it's only 1 time. That's fine. At this point, it's fine. Might as well not spend too much time trying to save time. Wait, what? Okay. Let's take the experience. I'm gonna go for it. We have more luck. You're more likely to cover the 5 and the 6 if I go the agility route. If I don't get a 5 or a 6, 5 and a 6 rather, then this is done. Rewind. I mostly did that to clear the card from the board because otherwise I explore and I only get 2 cards. So I did that for a reason. Null. Oh my gosh, it's another mana skill. Holy crap. I don't even know what to do with it, but I'm gonna do something with it, maybe. Or maybe I'll just take the experience. Holy crap, your mana roll was crap. Oh boy, fearlessness, I guess. Come on, fearlessness, thank you. Bull Rush. Let's convert these to a heroic and then throw the agility and the heroic in there and get a 6. Whee! All right, now we can mana fountain and put that into fairy fire. All right, what does that do for us now? We don't have a strength 3. Don't even have 3 of them. I mean, we have numbers that are higher than that, but we don't need strength as much, so it might be fine. I mean, that's Oh, I can't put on challenge boxes. Okay, well, there we go. Oh, I've got to do the armor. Okay, well, there we go. And I guess we could get a strength 4 with Charmed Panther. Blind Luck is almost certainly for the agility. Can cover the 11 with that. Yeah, and because of Feint, I don't need to cover the 2. But I could. But I won't. Yeah, I don't want to experience. That is bad right now. But I am probably not going to get to level 4 unless these 2 cards give 6 experience total. Bear traps. The mana potion. I only have 8 mana. Do I need more mana indirectly? Oh, I don't know. Might as well. I did not get a 5. Oh. I will survive this. So I'll spend 5 time. No, I won't survive this. I'm taking 3 hearts of damage. Right, okay, I'm taking 3 hearts of damage. I'll spend 5 time, and then there'll be another heart, so I'm not surviving. Okay. Actually, no. Never mind, I can. Ta-da! I can't cover the 6 because that the 5 armor takes priority. Now I will survive. I'm preventing 1 damage, but I'm not going to take damage from the end of turn. The trap 6, not the... Okay, that's what you're saying. If I do Blind Luck, is there improvement here? I don't think so, right? Because that's that. Okay, that's fine. Actually, no, if I take the item... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... Yeah, we'll take the item because that's 3 experience. Okay, still a chance I can get to level 4. Actually, almost certainly can get to level 4. I will probably have to sacrifice one of my 4 experience cards if this is not 3 experience. Or, not 4 experience, 3 experience cards. Which... Well, okay, that's a little sad. That's 2, that's 4, that's 4, that's 2. Yeah, I'd have to sacrifice a 4 card to do this now. But we're definitely entering. Bolster. If you don't roll a frickin' 5. Okay, we got frickin' 5s. Getting to level 3 is more important than having, say, an extra agility die, right? And Mana Fountain is great, and Feint is, well, great. Adept is not as, you know, useful, except it won't level me up. So I think what will make the most sense is to replace the agility die. Actually, I do need strength more than I need agility, so it's fine. Yeah, strength and heroic greater than agility, indeed. We are successfully at level 4. I always like to see that. And we are hopefully in good shape. I don't know. Let's see. Alright, so there's 5 skulls on here. This could last 2 rounds. Well, it's gonna last 2 rounds at minimum if I cover all the skulls. If it's not gonna last 2 rounds, then this is when this starts turning dangerous. But let's see. Fearlessness, start there. So I can free up Mana Fountain by throwing a Mana 2 into Adept. And I want to keep the Strength. That's good. Alright, so where does that put us? Feint will actually cover the other mana, or the other agility scores. I think I'm just going to put those 2 into that. Bull Rush, yes. All right, and then the mana part we can cover. We can cover 6. Cover this 5. But we currently don't have a means of covering this 5. So probably more important to cover that 5 versus that 6. But other than that, all right, so there we are. I guess that's a little better. All right, so those are 5s and 6s. So we can't get a 5 through any other means, because the other dice are 4s, 3s, and 2s. So I have to use Endless Assault in hopes of getting... If I can get a 5, then I can cover the 6. So it doesn't matter if I re-roll 2 strengths or the strength and the heroic, so I'll just roll those 2. And I got 2 2s. Doesn't seem like it's nice. Alright, so that's fine. Faint prevents 1. Whimsicality prevents 1, but that means I will exile a die. But there's no other way to do it without either losing a skull or just equivalent damage. So I'm just gonna end the round. Okay, well I didn't exile a die. I guess because that's only in Forest of Shadows that you exile dice? I don't know. I thought you would. Guess I was wrong. Don't listen to me. This is technically a base game dungeon. Alright, 3 strength, 3 agility. The strength's more important. We already have the agility for that purpose. But we can also feint. Which doesn't... Well, I mean, I can put this 5 and a 6 in the feint. That seems a bit foolish, right? I mean, maybe not. I mean, it could definitely keep me alive or something. Let's at least cover that for now. No other 5 again. But no, we're good. We're good. I can even cover the 6. There we go. Flawless victory. Woo! As I said, it will only last 2 rounds in ideal. Or it will last the minimum of... Okay. Alright, aggression is maxed out. Having 1 extra health does not benefit Caliana. Hey, Snakebird Priestess. This is why Fairy is super effective on Dark. Alright, so what do we want to do here? This was difficulty 3, so I guess I want to cover the pentagons. Those are all covered now. Because now I can just not have to do difficulty 3 encounters to cover up those. I guess the next thing... I'm not really, like, looking for anything in particular, so... I guess I'll just throw them into the squares. It's kind of weird how this is laid out, because there are so many circles, which kind of, I guess, means you could keep fighting 1 diamond bosses to fill those in, but there are so many of them. Like, how many did I get? I got 12, and that's on Fearless and getting to level 4, so I think that's the maximum you can get. So, like, if you did that, you would have to fight, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and a half 1 diamond bosses to cover up all the circles. That's a lot considering there's only 2 of them. Am I sure grit is worth putting points in? I don't know. What's grit? Where's grit? Oh, after each boss round, heal 1 damage. Well, too late, because I spent it a long time ago. Actually, did I do that? No, never mind. I thought if I clicked it, I wouldn't do it. Never mind. Okay, let's not get grit then. You're right. Grit is not useful. 1 extra health, not useful. When you use a potion, heal 1 damage. When you descend, heal 1 damage after you boss. Okay, yeah. So let's just not do those then. Reroll. When you replace an item, heal 1 damage. Prevent the first damage from stairs each floor. That should still be good. Increase your resist poison rolls. Increase a heroic by 1. All right, so there we go. Now we're not putting it in skills that don't help. I mean, prepared would actually still benefit Caliana. Okay. So yeah, so there's only 2 of the 1 diamonds. There's the Dragon's Cave and there's the Mudlands. But I don't know. It would get pretty boring fighting these fights 7 times each. You wouldn't worry too much about filling in the highest tier boxes I can, since there's a lot of green circles you'll probably fill in after harder dungeons anyhow. Yeah, that's basically what I was getting to, is that there's so many green circles that it's kind of weird. But the thing is, I'm already maxed out in aggression, and I like the aggression focus. Mostly because fearlessness is great, but blind luck can help fund skills. Bull rush helps. Endless assault, while it is a reroll, it's decent. I don't know. I've looked, I mean, like, I've mainly used the healing focus because it's not really, like, unlike all the other ones, this isn't really situational. This is always good. Whereas combat is more situational. Changing a strength die to an agility of the same value requires you to be a strength focused person. Fortitude requires you to be strength focused and roll strength 1s and 2s. Planning gives you a heroic 3, that's decent. Increase one of your dice by 1, also decent. But then dungeon, which these are all peril things, which obviously would have helped in the peril, or in the traps we were facing. But I don't know, this doesn't really, it's kind of hard to justify using trees that aren't aggression. Yeah, it is definitely a bit busted. Bandages is pretty good. Isn't that like basically, I don't know, there's a lot of healing and healing, go figure, but I guess you don't really replace items too often, so never mind. I don't know. I like precision strike too. All right, so I'm done with the 1 deck dungeon part of the stream. Thank you for watching that part. We are gonna go to the Sentinels part of the stream. Excuse me, I keep hiccuping now. I have a cough and I have the hiccups. Bandages is good for people that aren't fairies. All right, let's exit that. Start up Sentinels. And make sure that this appears on screen. It takes a little bit of time. There it is. Okay, so the Summer of Challenges. We beat all of these guys on challenge mode. Not the variants though. Do we want to do the variants? Well, I mean, I don't really want to do Cosmic Omnitron challenge mode because he's awful. But maybe we could do Mad Bomber Blade. Reduce damage dealt to Baron Blade by 2. Yeah, let's do that. I was thinking I was going to do Mini Pack 1 to fight Ambuscade with Unity and Silver Gulch, plus 2 other heroes. Probably, oh yeah, and we have to lead with the Nemesis, so lead with Haka, and then I don't know who else. But let's stick with base game for now, I guess. So the rules and regulations of Summer of Challenges. The goal is to beat all the villains on challenge difficulty. Unlike the Summer of Ultimates, I'm going to do this in an order, sort of. We started with the base game 2 weeks ago. We're going to continue with that this time. I don't know when I'm going to do Challenge Omnitron, or Challenge Cosmic Omnitron, because he's terrible. But other than that, we're going to do 3 hero teams, because H=3 tends to be harder. We're strict to the decks that belong to this expansion, with obvious exceptions for mini packs and And the other expansions tend to only have 2 heroes, so obviously we'll need to figure out the third if it's not the Nemesis. And by the way, lead with the Nemesis. That's a rule. So let's see. So I don't remember which legacy we used. I think I did base legacy. So let's do a variant. Obviously base legacy would kind of negate part of the damage reduction challenge. I don't really want to trivialize the challenge mode. I want this to be a fair fight. Let's do Freedom 5 legacy. He's cool. I don't really have a preference on the environment. I like all 4 of them. Megalopolis a little less. You have a new set of challenges for me. Ooh. Let me just hit random and see what we get. Remove Hero 4. Megalopolis with Bunker and Absolute Zero. What could go wrong? Actually, Absolute Zero is okay with the front side. Bunker is not as happy. Someone's gonna say use Panzer Buster. No, we're not doing that. That's no. All right, so challenge Mad Bomber Baron Blade versus Freedom 5 Legacy, Bunker and Absolute Zero, and Megalopolis. Every second that you spend chasing me is paid for by those innocent people you love so much. Ha 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 ha. How can you be so callous towards innocent lives? You will endanger no more lives this day. Alright, so Freedom 5 Legacy has Bolster Allies, Fortitude, Heroic Interception, and Takedown. Bunker has Adhesive Foam Grenade, Grenade Launcher, and 2 Omni Cannons. Absolute Zero has Focused Apertures, Isothermic Transducer, Onboard Module Installation, and Thermal Shockwave. Very nice setup. Let's see how Baron Blade decides to troll the heroes. Each player discards a card. That's okay. Takedown is a good card to stop Baron Blade from spamming his trash. Heroic Interception can save us when the trash has 20 cards. Or not the trash. Or no, what is it? The trash or under him? Under him on this side, right? Yeah. Yeah, so we can do that to save the heroes. Bolster Allies could help recover us, but Fortitude is also good. I'm going to get rid of Bolster Allies. Get rid of one of the Omni Cannons, and I can get rid of... Oh. For some reason, I thought this was Null Point. It's Focused Apertures. That changes it a little bit. Wait, I'm on the wrong side! I kind of want to keep Focused Apertures because we need things that can get past damage reduction a little more easily. In Thermal Shockwave's like ridiculous. Onboard Module versus Isothermic. Obviously Isothermic loses, but it makes me sad because I want to be able to get all the modules. Oh well. Did we discard 3 targets? No! We discarded no targets! No! Well, we got rid of a Devious Disruption. That's actually great. I'll accept that. But yeah, let's do Takedown. The earlier we play Takedown, the more benefits we'll get. Let's have Absolute Zero get set up. We could try to get Thermal Shockwave going, although I guess it's not as great when it's... Isothermic, absolutely, though. An Isothermic. The Thermal Shockwave isn't going to do anything just yet. Grenade Launcher's not going to do anything. Omni Cannon I need to fund. Let's stop the environment from stopping us from playing cards. Does that make sense? I'm going to stop the environment from playing a card that stops us from playing cards. Okay. Well, let's do Focused Apertures, but I'm not going to use my power because it will not hit Baron Blade. Impale will hit Baron Blade, though. Oh, we just stopped the environment and the villain from playing cards. Is that weird? Okay. So let's save Heroic Interception. You don't really need the extra card play. Although if you get Impale out of turn, that's still only going to deal 1 damage. And get a Gatling gun that will do 0 damage. Omni Cannon, and then I could put 3 cards underneath it. Yeah, let's do that. I know it's like... I could also have Legacy play a card. Omni Cannon is going to help a lot because a bajillion damage minus 2 is still a bajillion damage. We just have to, like, you know, choose the right moment to use it. So Flat Cannon will at least hit Barren Blade, and so will External Combustion with some self-damage. I guess I could have Impaled instead and done damage. Oh well. It's fine. Frostbound Drain will hit Barren Blade. Hero cards cannot be played. Well, this is why we brought Freedom 5 Legacy. That's a target. That's a target. And that's another card play. That's another card play. And, okay, well, that does nothing. Now it's 2 cards under him. He's going to do 2 fire damage on his turn. Yeah, I think External Combustion is not as good as Flat Cannon. I mean, well, no, it's not as good as Omni Cannon. Flat Cannon will do 1 damage per round. Putting it under Omni Cannon will result in 2 more damage later. But I would not be using my card draw, so I guess I'm going to put Flat Cannon under Omni Cannon. I could also skip, but whatever. We got recharge mode, so now we can't actually slowly build up Omni Cannon. I could Frostbound Drain. I might get Thermal Shockwave out. Because Frostbound Drain combos really well with Thermal Shockwave. Targeting Innocence. Well, that's another card we can just remove from the game. Target. Slash and burn. Oh, you chose poorly with that choice. Let's hit absolute 0 with the fire damage. Good plan or best plan? Let's bolster allies because that will help. Bunker, and we got Inspiring Presence. That's great. Cooling Blast also combos with... does this do the fire damage first? It does. That could maybe be worth keeping out for absolute 0, I guess, but no, let's not do that. I'm gonna put Bunker in recharge mode. All right. Doing steady damage there. Let's do another one. That's not gonna hit Barren Blade, though. So I'm not gonna bother. I want my Healy module. Oh, impending casualty. All right, this is starting to build up. Stop spamming targets! Stop spamming targets! Ah, Living Force Field. Ugh. Alright, Inspiring Presence. 7 cards under you. Oh, man. I could field freeze. I could field freeze, destroy recharge mode in addition. And then Bunker can use Omni Cannon. That will stop the 7 damage from happening. He's gonna destroy 7 of our cards, by the way, which is annoying. And we have some numbers of cards. Most, if not all of these, will be gone. So who does Baron Blade hit on his other side? Highest HP. Okay. Yes. Yes. 9 times 2 is 18. Minus 2 plus 1. 17. So Impale is going to kill him. Alright, we're destroying 7. We have 8! Which card do we want to save? I mean, we have an Isothermic in hand. We can get rid of that one. And we're definitely not keeping both Impales. Let's get rid of the first one because it's already acted, so it's a little inferior to the second one. Omni Cannon, while it was fun and all, we got past the danger. Hello, Maximum Carnage. Fortitude, I think, is now not as good. Thermal Shockwave. I've not gotten the thing that will let me heal the null point, which I love using with Thermal Shockwave, which is especially tragic. Yeah, it's especially annoying when he puts, all of his targets in play immediately. It's so annoying. At least this side's a bit better. Whenever a villain target enters play, it is destroyed. He does not play an additional card. Inspiring Presence is so good, but I would have to lose... I guess Focused Apertures versus Inspiring Presence. Focused Apertures is less good, right? Because it only benefits Absolute Zero's cold damage, versus Inspiring Presence benefits everything. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to lose Thermal Shockwave. How many copies does he have left? 1? Oh, man, I don't want to lose it then. We can get equipments back. We can't get ongoings back. I mean, we can, but through a shuffle. How many Inspiring Presences do you have? You have 2. But Thermal Shockwave I've not used yet, but Inspiring Presence can be used. So I guess that answers my question of what I'm going to do. I've been dealt 3 fire damage. I can use Coolant Blast. Yeah! And I got my Focused Apertures back, so that's good. Cramped Quarters Combat, Absolute Zero does not like. And that's Baron Blade's turn. He is so much slower on this side. That is fine. Legacy is not the highest HP hero, but we could just do Next Evolution. We're going to keep Cramped Quarters Combat in play. It's not detrimental right now. Inspiring Presence is +1 damage per action, so it depends on how many actions I'm doing per turn. Yeah, but Thermal Shockwave I wasn't even using anyway, so it had, like, no utility. Like, eventually, yes, with Absolute Zero setup, it's bonkers. But we did not have that. So let's focus Apertures, because we could Frostbound Drain and Coolant Blast on Absolute Zero's turn. I don't think External Combustion is worth it, so let's skip. Get an External Combustion and an Auxiliary Power Source. Bunker had his utility in this match. I am okay with that. Actually, I wanted to Frostbound Drain. Now I'm just going to Isothermic. I could actually do a profit of damage, because it's 2 fire damage to myself, and then +2 -2, so it'll be 2 damage to Baron Blade, but I'm gonna just skip. Oh good, I can get the module. Ha 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 ha. Oh, also, I can't do I can't do damage anyway because it's melee. Right, yeah, melee. Okay. Back fist strike is good. External combustion, I think I don't want. Backlash field. That makes me unpleased. Displeased, even. Alright. I could Heroic Interception, and then the other heroes could whittle on Baron Blade, but then Absolute Zero's not able to heal. But then Bunker could External Combustion, right? So, but then Heroic Interception, Legacy hits himself. I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's do Legacy Ring. And actually, what we could do is make Legacy immune to melee and then play Heroic Interception. That's a bit cheating. Okay. Excuse me. It's only 2 damage, but it's damage. Okay. On board. Cold Snap, which doesn't actually do anything. And I can't heal myself, right? And I've not been dealt fire damage, but what happens if I do heal myself? Do I have a choice in what prevents damage first? The answer is no. Womp womp. Police backup. Forgetting that Baron Blade is armored. Haste and Doom. Eating the trash. And then a destruction. Okay. We can do the same trick this time. I could also do 4 damage to Baron Blade, but then he would hit me for 4, which... I mean, when this Legacy's incapped, he provides a play, power, and draw, even if they would otherwise be prevented, which can mitigate the environment. Or even modes. Yeah. Go out with a bang. Because we still can make the other heroes immune to damage. Grenade launcher will do 1 point of damage to Baron Blade. And then I could hit someone else, I guess. Okay, there's no reason to play Cold Snap. I guess if I wanted to destroy environment targets. Or no, actually, Focused Apertures and Inspiring Presence, I would do 1 point of damage to Baron Blade. Okay. And Coolant Blast is going to do 0 damage, right? Yeah, okay. Well, I tried. Or Fire. We have cards that Absolute Zero would love to be able to perhaps utilize. It just would require us to not have Heroic Interception, which is... I mean, I guess Backlash Field is making this a little problematic. Let's see. If I play either of these cards, Legacy's almost dead. Fire damage since the end of your last turn. So if I do Frostbound Drain now and on his turn, that will add up a lot. But I have to be really careful. Inspiring Presence and Rooftop Combat. This is 5 fire damage per, so that will put him down to 4. And then if I hit Baron Blade retaliates for 3+1. So currently, if I play both of those Frostbound Drains, Absolute Zero dies. I could also play Horfire and heal up a little bit. Actually, the cold damage and fire damage would be really cool. No pun intended. I mean, so I can heal himself with the fire damage he deals to himself, and that's gonna get boosted quite a bit. 5 fire damage turns into 8 cold damage. He would regain 3. Plus it really powers up Coolant Blast. So he could afford 2 Frostbound Drains. Backlash Field will put Legacy down to 1 if he plays Thok. But is it worth it, though? Actually, let's not... Let's avoid dealing too much damage to Baron Blade, because Rooftop Cambat can get destroyed. So I'm going to skip that. Is there a terrible card? Who am I kidding? There are terrible cards. Obviously, Devious Disruption is probably game over. Well, not actually, no, it's not game over. I'm gonna make Legacy immune to lightning, and then maybe someday we'll utilize that. All right, Frostbound Drain. So we did 4 damage. It's when 10 damage is done, so... Let's just do this. This is gonna increase the damage. It might actually... Actually, it doesn't really matter, right? We were talking about it's only a +1. So a super big Coolant Blast hit would only really do 1 more damage. Okay. Actually, yeah, so this is where it expires. And I'm definitely going to heal myself with this. But now Coolant Blast, I've dealt 9 fire damage to myself. I accept that. Okay. Alright, he's down to 9. What can we do from here? Depends on what he does. Devious Disruption. Hello. Legacy is immune to lightning damage. So obviously I don't need Grenade Launcher and Flat Cannon. This is doing 10 damage right now. Nemesis bonus to Legacy, so this needs to go down to 5 in order for Legacy to survive. The question is whether we actually want Legacy to survive. We probably do because Inspiring Presence. That's really helping us out here. So let's... before I decide on that... We could try to do the Horfire... Well, we can't really do it... Oh, we do have modular realignment here. That helps. We could try to do another big Coolant Blast hit. With the combination of modular realignment and Horfire. Where we try to hit absolute 0 with as much fire damage as possible. So let's get rid of Cold Snap since that's only doing 1 damage. And modular realignment can bring back an equipment card. So I can get rid of one of these 3. I don't think it matters which, because it will basically bring it back immediately. So that's 3 cards there. It has to do 3 plus the number of cards in play. So it's actually doing 3 plus 8. I'm misreading this card incredibly. He's doing 11 damage right now. So keeping Inspiring Presence means I would have to... Because Legacy would have to take 5 damage. which means this have to be 3+1. That is probably not going to happen. Sorry, Legacy. Legacy is immune to lightning. He is. Excuse me. My cold. All right, Legacy is surviving. All right. Bunker. 8 minus 3 is 5. So Bunker can survive if there are 5 cards in play. Which... these 3 plus Inspiring Presence plus 1 more card. But do we want to keep Bunker alive? Play a card. Reduce the damage. Next damage dealt to that hero by 2. Put a card from a player's trash into their hand. Horrify? Or not Horrify. My cough is getting pretty bad now. Another Frostbound Drain. Let's keep these. So we're at 3 plus 3 is 6. If I keep this, that's 7. We can get rid of Legacy Ring. And yeah, I don't think... I mean, if I got rid of Legacy Ring, then I can't do, like, immune to melee and Thok. So we'll get rid of that. So there are 2... Come on. 6 cards in play. 6 plus 3 is 9. So if I keep Flat Cannon and Destroy Grenade Launcher, we'll survive. Now I have to be super careful. He deals himself the fire damage first. But that is going to be 2 damage, so he'll survive. We could also Heroic Interception, but that would kill a lot of what's going on. Actually, no, we can Flying Smash or Thok, and we'll survive. Yeah, so we'll Thok. We'll survive. And then have Absolute Zero play Modular Realignment. And what we destroyed was the Focused Apertures. So Absolute Zero will survive the fire damage hit. He could heal himself, or he could hit Baron Blade, and then Baron Blade will take him out. So we'll heal Absolute Zero, and then Absolute Zero heals himself as well. All right, he's up to 8. That makes me feel a lot better. Bunker is gonna use Flat Cannon and then take 1 for the team, but he'll heavy plating so he doesn't die as hard. Thank you for your support, Bunker. 3 plus 3 is 6. Absolute Zero will survive. Yeah. Oh. Or no, yeah, because... Right, yeah. And actually, this ends the game, so I'll just do it. Alright, don't have to use Coolant Blast. We can do it anyway. Alright, so that was a tactical game of Mad Bomber Blade. 2-0. I think I'm just going to stop talking. Thanks for watching, everyone. Sudden ending. My throat's killing me. Let's just end it. Thanks for watching. Check out the other streams. You know which ones. Alright, sorry. My throat's... Alright, I think you know. Alright, goodbye, everyone.